What if the American dream isn't collapsing, but quietly relocating? Across the United States, something profound is happening beneath the noise of politics and viral headlines. People are leaving entire states in measurable, historic numbers. Schools are closing because there aren't enough children to fill classrooms. Hospitals are shutting down due to staffing shortages, and neighborhoods once full of life are growing quieter every year. This isn't about temporary trends or dramatic headlines. It's about economics, infrastructure, opportunity, and the raw math of survival. When people pack up their lives, sell their homes, and move hundreds or thousands of miles away, they are making a decision that goes far beyond preference. They are responding to pressure. And that pressure is reshaping America in real time. Number 10. Take Hawaii. A place that looks like paradise in photographs, but feels financially suffocating for many of the people who actually live there. The islands continue to top global travel lists, yet thousands of residents leave each year because the cost of living has climbed beyond sustainable levels. With median home prices hovering around or above $1 million and rent for a modest one-bedroom apartment often exceeding $2,400 per month, even dual-income households struggle to keep up. Groceries, utilities, and imported goods cost dramatically more than on the mainland, and wages have not risen fast enough to close the gap. Tourism thrives, luxury developments expand, and vacation rentals multiply, yet longtime local families are being priced out of neighborhoods their grandparents once called home. Hawaii is not losing its beauty. It is losing the economic balance that allows ordinary residents to remain part of that beauty. Number 9. West Virginia tells a very different story, yet the result is similar: people leaving. For decades, the state has experienced steady population decline, shaped by the long-term contraction of coal and manufacturing jobs. Median incomes remain among the lowest in the nation, labor force participation is weak, and healthcare access ranks near the bottom in multiple national comparisons. Although housing is affordable compared to most of the country, affordability alone cannot anchor a population when employment opportunities are limited. Many young residents graduate and relocate within a few years, seeking broader career paths and more stable industries. The mountains are breathtaking, the communities are close-knit, and the cost of living is relatively low, but when opportunity feels scarce, even strong roots can loosen over time. Number 8. Illinois presents another kind of strain, one rooted less in isolation and more in financial burden. Despite being home to Chicago, a globally recognized city with powerful cultural and economic influence, the state has lost hundreds of thousands of residents over the past decade. Property taxes rank among the highest in the country, and the state carries massive pension liabilities that continue to shape fiscal policy. While Illinois offers arts, transportation infrastructure, universities, and diverse job markets, many residents feel that rising taxes and financial obligations outweigh the benefits. People rarely leave because they dislike where they live. They leave because the numbers stop working in their favor. When households feel squeezed between high taxes and stagnant wages, relocation begins to look like relief rather than risk. Number 7. Alaska, vast and awe-inspiring, struggles with a different kind of challenge. The state offers unmatched natural beauty, abundant wilderness, and a sense of independence that few places can replicate. However, it also brings high living costs, extreme weather, limited daylight during winter months, and significant geographic isolation. In some rural communities, groceries cost double what they do in major mainland cities, and access to healthcare or specialized services can require long travel distances. Violent crime rates per capita are high in certain areas, and the emotional toll of prolonged darkness during winter is a documented reality. Alaska is not losing residents because it lacks character. It is losing them because life there demands resilience at a level many people ultimately decide they no longer want to maintain. Number 6. Connecticut reflects a quieter, more subtle population shift. Known for wealth, prestigious institutions, and picturesque towns, the state nonetheless faces steady net migration losses. The cost of living ranks among the highest in the nation, and property taxes can be substantial. Positioned between major economic hubs like New York and Boston, Connecticut sometimes struggles to define its own growth trajectory. Many higher earners and younger professionals have relocated to states with lower taxes and expanding job markets, especially as remote work makes geographic flexibility more realistic. Connecticut is not collapsing dramatically. Rather, it appears to be slowly aging, with incremental population erosion that adds up over time. Number 5. Mississippi continues to battle persistent poverty and limited economic diversification. Median household income remains the lowest in the country, and poverty rates are significantly higher than the national average. Educational outcomes and healthcare access often rank near the bottom across multiple measures. Although the cost of living is relatively low, limited wage growth and fewer high-paying industries create a ceiling on economic mobility. Younger residents frequently leave in search of broader opportunity, while older generations remain anchored by family and tradition. Mississippi possesses deep cultural influence and historical significance, but culture alone cannot offset structural economic challenges that make long-term stability difficult. Number 4. Louisiana's struggle is compounded by geography itself. Coastal erosion and repeated hurricane exposure have reshaped entire communities, and insurance costs have surged as risk increases. Since 2016, the state has experienced notable net out-migration, with thousands of residents leaving each year. Household incomes remain below the national average. Infrastructure quality ranks poorly in several assessments, and rebuilding fatigue lingers in places like New Orleans. The state's cultural contributions, music, cuisine, heritage, are globally celebrated, yet economic pressures and environmental threats weigh heavily on residents. Love for a place is powerful, but when storms return repeatedly and insurance bills climb higher than mortgages, resilience eventually turns into exhaustion. Number 3. North Dakota offers a cautionary tale about boom and bust cycles. During the oil surge of the early 2010s, towns expanded rapidly as workers flooded in for high-paying jobs. Housing shortages drove up rents, and economic optimism filled the air. When oil prices stabilized and growth cooled, many of those temporary residents left as quickly as they had arrived. The state's extremely low population density, harsh winters, and heavy reliance on energy markets contribute to its volatility. With dozens of sub-zero days each year and limited urban concentration, North Dakota can feel isolating despite its economic potential. When the excitement of rapid expansion fades, long-term retention becomes more difficult. Number 2. New Jersey illustrates how financial pressure and density can push residents outward. Despite strong job markets and proximity to New York City, the state consistently ranks among the highest for property taxes and overall cost of living. Many residents face long daily commutes, high housing costs, and crowded infrastructure. In recent years, tens of thousands have left annually, seeking lower taxes and more spacious living arrangements elsewhere. The state retains cultural energy and economic strength. Yet for some households, the combination of taxes, congestion, and cost has reached a tipping point. Nostalgia may be powerful, but it rarely overrides long-term financial stress. Number 1. Puerto Rico stands apart as a territory with a uniquely complex relationship to the mainland United States. Since 2010, more than 500,000 residents have left the island, representing a significant share of its total population. Median household income remains far below that of any U.S. state, and poverty rates are extraordinarily high. Repeated hurricanes, prolonged power outages, and infrastructure instability have deepened frustration and uncertainty. Residents are American citizens who serve in the military and contribute to national life. Yet they cannot vote in presidential elections unless they relocate to the mainland. For many, leaving is not about ambition or adventure, but about stability and access to reliable services. Across all of these places, the underlying pattern is not hatred, weakness, or failure. It is calculation. People evaluate taxes against services, wages against rent, climate risks against insurance costs, and opportunity against stagnation. When the scale tips too far in one direction, they move. Migration is not random. It is a direct reflection of where people believe their future will be stronger, safer, and more sustainable. The American map is not static. It is constantly being redrawn by individual decisions made at kitchen tables late at night. And as moving trucks continue to roll out of some states and into others, they reveal something more honest than any political speech ever could. When staying becomes heavier than leaving, people will choose movement every time.